Red Bull Racing had a new livery for Miami, but it was the same dominant delivery, with Max Verstappen breezing to the win from 9th on the grid to trample on his polesitter teammate Sergio Pérez's title dreams. It was the 4th crushing Red Bull 1-2 result from 5 races and the Dutchman's 3rd win for the year. Verstappen finished over 5 seconds up on Checo after passing him with 9 laps to go. Red Bull looked untouchable in Miami, with expectations of dominance at every race in 2023 and the intra-team war with Perez the main event. But Verstappen had it well covered despite starting mid-grid. Just had a clean race, picked the cars off one by one, and then I could really stay out long on the hard tires. And I think that's where we made the difference, Verstappen said. Aston Martin returned to the podium in Miami, with Fernando Alonso able to stay ahead of the works Mercedes and Ferraris. But must wait for a tight, twisty track like Monaco for an opportunistic win, with a 26.3-second gap to winner Verstappen at the flag. A light year in F1, one that will likely remain at traditional circuits. Mercedes had hopes of a return to its Melbourne form in Miami, but those dreams were shattered on track, given George Russell finished in 4th and Sir Lewis Hamilton 6th, up from 13th on the grid. Ferrari limited damage in Miami, with Carlos Sainz finishing 5th despite a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane ahead of his pit stop. Charles Leclerc started and finished 7th. And it was another weekend to forget for the Monegasque, following his spectacular Turn 7 crash during Q3 in qualifying. Leclerc's copybook continues to be blotted by mistakes. Alpine came back from the brink in Miami with a much-needed double point score following 2 double non-scores in Australia and Azerbaijan. The French squad is now under huge pressure to deliver, with the brand's CEO Laurent Rossi airing his anger stateside. We are in a position that is not at all worthy of the resources invested, and we are far, very far from the final objective of the year, he said pre-qualifying. Kevin Magnussen staked his claim on a 2024 Haas seat with the final point for 10th in Miami. The Dane not only out-qualified Nico Hülkenberg for the first time in 2023, with 4th the highest ever grid slot for Haas, but in the race held his own against Leclerc and the works Ferrari. To the drivers' standings, and Verstappen, with a bonus point for fastest lap, is 14 ahead of Checo. Alonso in 3rd is in touch, 30 points behind the Mexican. Russell leapfrogged Leclerc for 6th. Onto the constructors, and Red Bull has scampered even further into the distance. 122 points the gap to Aston Martin after just 5 races. McLaren and Alpine are now equal on 14 points. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.